Okay, so we're now moving on to internal anchors with day 6, and we're going to start our focus with a person. So join me in a seated position, and I'd like you to lower your gaze or close your eyes. So you don't need to see me, you can just listen to me. I'm going to talk you through finding the person for your anchor, and then once you've found that person, I'd like you to practice on your own a couple more times today, just checking in really quickly with that, bringing that person to mind. So let's just take a couple of breaths together, in through the nose and out through the nose, and one more, in through the nose and out through the nose. And now I'd like you to think of a person that makes you feel safe. So someone that, if the thought of them being next to you, what we want is the thought of them being next to you, or the thought of them hugging you makes you feel really safe and protected. You know, you don't have to pretend around them, you don't have to be someone you're not. You can just be your complete self, and they make you feel completely safe. So that's the sort of person we're looking for. And I'd like you to bring that person clearly to mind now, really picturing their face, their hair, colour of their hair. What does their voice sound like? So just really noticing and bringing to mind their voice. Do they have a smell? Is there a particular scent that they maybe wear? Particular clothing that you associate with them? So let's really clearly visualise that person in their clothing, what they smell like, sound like, what they look like in detail. Any other distinguishing things about them? So was there a piece of jewellery they would wear regularly or do wear regularly? Bringing that to mind. And now just putting a name to that person. And now as a final step, you might want to now just imagine that person hugging you, or you placing your hand in theirs, and just the feel of their hand in your hand. And just a couple more breaths here, in through the nose and out through the nose. Visualising that person. Fantastic. And we give that person a name, so obviously not, maybe it's their name or perhaps a nickname you had for them. And then when we next practice, you just repeat the name and then go through that visualisation that I've just brought to you. If you find someone that's really, really safe, over time where we can get to is that just the name can bring that feeling of safety, but we need to do the practice of the visualisation to connect the brain and the body together with that feeling initially and with the repetition of that name. Okay, so hopefully you now have your person